The delivery. Dead trees parted way to a dimly lit carriage carting a large metal cage. Wind was howling through the treetops and drifting to the soot-covered ground below. The dusk forest was thick with branches, thorns, and ash that no light, not even the sun, could shine through. Within the cart sat a sallow, mossy mare. It snorted and huffed in place, looking for a way to escape, but to no avail. The metal bars would spark yellow every moment the creature would even so much as nick the steel. Suddenly, there was a foul gust that blew through the carriage and dampened the lantern, casting it and its inhabitants in a blinding darkness. "What the blazes is happening, Cartman? Get us out of here!" the scribe called out from inside the carriage. The cartman snapped his reins and yelled for the two horses to break into a gallop. The wheels on the cart and carriage creaked, then slammed loudly against roots and pebbles that littered the ground. They were still drenched in darkness from the ashy pollen that the trees secreted. The horses' instincts were their only guide as they raced through the never-ending void. Suddenly, all came to a halt, which nearly vaulted the cartman out of his seat. He frantically reached for a box of matches in his coat, but could not seem to find them. The scribe climbed out of the carriage, and with an annoyed huff, snapped his fingers, and instantly the lantern lit up again. "Why the hell did you stop?" the scribe jeered. The cartman simply pointed in front of them where the horses had seized. They were snorting and neighing at a river filled with black water and dead fish floating on the surface. The stench of disease and decay smothered the air in a palpable, thick fog. "This place is truly as they say it is, unwelcoming and filled to the brim with death," the cartman said shakily. Just then, a figure emerged from the other side of the river. A large, sallow mare, the same shade as the one in the cage, appeared with a skeletal figure riding its back. The skeleton's sockets glowed a crimson red, and it wielded a jagged, spiked bow with a dilapidated quiver of arrows. Without hesitation, the skeleton archer notched an arrow and sent it flying directly into the forehead of the cartman. The cartman's body collapsed onto the ashen ground, lifeless and pooling with blood. The scribe, also being of quick reflex, flicked his finger and outshot a bullet of fire directly hitting the skeleton. The enemy shrieked as its tattered cloak roared with arcane flames. It fell off the back of the mare, and just as the bones hit the dirt, the mare leaped over the river, sped past the scribe, and slammed itself into the cage, causing the bars to burst open. Whatever containment spell was on the cage did not stand a chance against the mare's ram attack. Dust rose and settled back down to the forest floor, leaving a coughing scribe alone. He looked up and saw the shambles of the cage left behind, but no sallow mare in sight. "Great! Just great! That kelpie was supposed to be delivered to the northern elves in Orenfell. What the blazes am I supposed to do now?" the scribe exclaimed, and with a heavy sigh, clapped his hands together to summon a portal back to Scribulus to report what occurred. Just as he was stepping into the portal, he glanced back and saw two pairs of yellow eyes staring back at him from the darkness, and next to them, a broken-down, forgotten cabin. If he didn't know any better, he would have sworn he saw a human-like figure standing next to the kelpies as well. "That's the last time I think of making my own shortcut," the scribe muttered as he disappeared into the portal. The figure standing with the kelpie patted one gently on the head and led them into the cabin door. The door closed behind the second mare, and all the windows in the cabin emitted a bright, sickly green color before going out, leaving the cabin and the dusk woods amidst the void once again. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to this new story from the Scribes of Scribulus. If you yourself have your own story to tell, there is a link down below in the description you can submit on a Google Doc, whether it be a horror story or a fantasy story. I would love to see what you write and what you create. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video or another story video that I've made with your friends and family. I would truly appreciate that. I will talk to you guys later and see you in the next episode.